August 2013. This was from the exhibit that Nick Knight did, and he titled it War. Appropriate, very appropriate. Ever a fan of unveiling the creative process, Nick Knight decided to reveal his research imagery for a body of work from his archive. Way back in '97, the photographer teamed up with stylist Simon Foxton to curate issue 18 of Big Magazine, shooting an editorial around the theme of violence. Knight's vision was to create an image that articulated only the fashion of violence, the surface, the symbols, the poses. I wanted no social context, no victims, none of the squalor of real violence, he explained. Over 7 days, Knight shared his references and research, his explosion test shots. Oh boy. Collages and scans of the final editorial, opening up the entire breadth of his process with conception to final post-production. Dive into the takeover with unprecedented access to never-seen-before imagery. So Kanye, appropriately, since his life has never been easy, I guess this is appropriate since it's about war. And as we know, the war is silent. Silent weapons for quiet warfare. Hence, here's some of the photos from the exhibit. Nick Knight. Photography is an addiction. I am an addict. It allows me to experience life in every conceivable way, every fantasy, every reality, everything. I wanted to look at death. These corpses of skinned animals has nothing of life left in them, not even the most tiny speck or hint of their former beauty, majesty, or purpose. However, they were not inhibited by death in the way that they had been by life. Once the life had gone, they were just bags of barely held together flesh, bone, and sinew. Nothing left except their smell. They stank. They reeked. Every time for years afterwards, when I looked at the 10x8 transparencies, the stench came straight back to me as pungent, as if each image was saturated with it. That, I conclude, was death. Subject. No. Since we're on the subject of life not being easy, let's look at another rapper. California doctor claims Eazy gave HIV/AIDS to 2 women he treated. They got infected from him. The death of gangster rap pioneer Eazy was subject to his daughter Evie's 2021 documentary, The Mysterious Death of Eazy. The film aimed to find an answer to the looming question, how did Eazy actually die? Over the years, conspiracy theorists have suggested he was injected with HIV/AIDS, didn't have the disease. Evie has always suspected there was much more to the story, but a California physician named Dr. Wilbur Jordan begs to differ. In one of the clips from the documentary that has since gone viral, Jordan claimed Eazy infected 2 of his female patients with HIV/AIDS before his 1995 death. During the conversation, the interviewer noted the likelihood of Eazy infecting his sexual partners increased as his immune system diminished. The woman that he married was pregnant, had a child, and they also had a child. The host said, she tested and she was negative. To which Jordan replied, yes, she was negative. The baby's going to be negative. She was lucky. She was exposed enough that she could have. Jordan then revealed he had 2 of Eazy-E's sexual partners as patient and 1 currently, who told him the late rapper transmitted the disease to them. They were infected. They got infected from him. I'd play the video.
What I'm hearing you say is that as his immune system diminished.
So I'm not going to. Tamika Wright reportedly met Eazy-E in 1991, and the couple tied the knot just 12 days before he died in 95. They had 2 children together, the youngest being born 6 months after the rapper passed away. Eazy-E was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles in February 95 with a violent cough, and later diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. He died on March 26, 1995, at just 30 years old. Evie wanted to find out more about her Father's Day with the 4-part WE TV investigative series that conducted a series of interviews as she did her deep dive. You know, there's another type of injection going around currently. Anyway, we know about that. In the trailer, Evie's mother, Tracy Jarnigan, said she never believed he died from AIDS, exclaiming, "Something just didn't seem right. He died unusually fast. He didn't lose weight. He was not a drug abuser. It's like one day he was fine and the next he was dying." The trailer also addresses the notion that the FBI had something to do with his death after Eazy-E was deemed a threat to society for his often violent lyrics and profound street influences. But if Jordan is correct, there is nothing mysterious about his death at all. His promiscuity simply caught up to him. You know, sex magic is a hell of a thing, as is mind control and programming, so who knows what really happened.